You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries. As we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and first timer on Ron Siegel Radio. We have the lifestyle realtor, Jules Wilson. Jules Wilson Group at Seven Gables. Welcome.
Ron, I'm so excited to be with you today.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or a plan to save you money. I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we're celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. National Do a Grouch a Favor Day. No. Why would I do a favor for a grouch? They've chosen to be grouchy. You know, go enjoy yourself in your grouchy world. I don't know. National Almond Day. Josh, can we get some chocolate-covered almonds? Does that count as National Almond Day? I would go for it. Well, of course, having beaten anorexia, chocolate's always good. Let's take a look and see what the markets are doing. The Dow Jones Industrial Average now down 217 points. S&P 500 down 26. The NASDAQ down 76. Oil up 26 cents a barrel. I wonder if the president's going to start buying oil right now. Well, can somebody send him a message? He told us that under 80 he was going to fill the strategic oil reserves. But now, I guess for a political ploy, he's going to start releasing more. I guess we shouldn't have believed that numbers under 80. But I guess that's just the way it goes right now. Should we take a look at gas prices? I don't know if we really want to. Let's take a look. We'll go around the horn with our team. Okay, those of us that are in the formerly Golden State, $4.68 a gallon. That is a little bit painful. Ow! Josh, you're at $4.18. You're moving up there. Weren't we $4.14 yesterday? Now we're $4.18 there in Nevada. Queen of Processing, Jody, she's at $3.53 a gallon over there in Arizona. Brittany's at $4.07 in Colorado. And our tremendous underwriter, Lori. She always wins when we talk about this stuff, but she's in Louisiana, so I don't know if that's a big win. $3.12 a gallon over there in Louisiana for gasoline. Moving right along. You know, we talked yesterday and the day before quite a bit about misleading headlines. So I got a message early this morning from somebody that I respect, and their commentary was basically talking about what's the PPI report that came out this morning. And I just chuckle because the news gives us this bad information and people tend to listen to it and don't do their own research, and then they get misled. So the message I got, PPI number came in hot, too hot. Long-term rates are climbing and now have a higher potential to climb until new economic news comes out. PPI number came in hot. Now, let's think about what actually happened with the PPI number. So technically, that headline is correct. The PPI number did come in higher than what was expected. Now, here's the rub on that. Do you think that the government is going to make any modifications based on expectations or what the actual numbers are? So here's this, and I'll get into it a little bit in the Mortgage Minute. But the PPI came in at 0.7%, was above the expectation of 0.4%. On a year-over-year basis, though, the PPI dropped 0.5% from 6.5 to 6. So if the Federal Reserve does policy based on what the number was as compared to what the economists thought it was going to be, well, we got a problem. If they do their policy based on where it was to where it is, we don't have a problem. So think about that. You got to understand these numbers. Now, what's going to sell more newspapers? Well, the idea that inflation is high and we've got a problem here, all of these other issues. Now, when the market came out, the mortgage-backed securities immediately dropped about 25 basis points. Once people start realizing that the headlines don't mean a whole heck of a lot, the bonds are down 2 basis points. See what I'm saying? You can't go based on just a real early indication of what's going on in the markets unless you want to be misled. So be careful of some of these headlines. 10-year Treasury right now has come back down from where it was. It went up and it hit our level of resistance. It broke the level of support today, so now it's going down the other way. We'll see what happens, but those are all the technical issues. But the bottom line is be careful of headlines. More often than not, they're all the time, they're geared to sell something. That's what the headlines are for. They want to sell, either get you to watch their show, get you to read their paper, get you to click on something. Maybe it's clickbait. Just throwing that out there for you because I am the consumer advocate that is looking out for you. Got a lot to chat about today. We're going to get right into it because I got this book in front of me that, I like a lot of these things. And, so you get stuff in a book. So Jules Wilson has this favorite things in Corona del Mar and Newport Beach. You know that I love those two areas. So we're going to talk about some of these things. We're going to talk about the difference between relational and transactional real estate. What does that mean? So we'll talk about that as well. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numero 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime. At 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Every day at this time, OBMMI. They provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. 30-year conforming loans yesterday locked at 6.486, up just a little bit. 30-year jumbo loans locked at 6.245, down a little bit. Actually, they were down a nice amount. The 30-year FHA loan locked 6.381. 30-year USDA loans, those are no down payment generally, and out in the rural areas, that one locked at 6.361 yesterday, and the best loan on the market for those that earned it. The 30-year VA loan, 6.093, was down a little bit. Then we always look at what has happened. The S&P 500 now down 22 points. So we're still down. The market's recovering a little bit. We also look and we see that the 10-year Treasury, if my screen will refresh, it'll tell me that the 10-year Treasury, which is what we've been watching based on the PPI numbers this morning, that's up 3 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities, they were down so much. Now look at them. They're up 3 basis points, which means interest rates are down. Not enough to talk about. They're very, very slightly down. And all that information is available on the super secret website, google.com. But you tune into Ron Siegel Radio to find out why these things are happening. Well, here's the big issue, and it's a major, major issue for real estate values. You hear all these people, all these headlines talking about how real estate values are going to drop. And if you are a regular listener to Ron Siegel Radio,
You know better than that.
yes, you know better than that. Housing starts. This is the big issue. Housing starts in January, down 4.5% to 1.3 million units annualized. Okay. Starts are down 21% year over year. Got it. Single family starts, which are the most important, were down 4.3% last month at an 840,000 unit pace. They're down 27% year over year. That means new houses aren't coming online. And even more important than that, we need 1.9 million new houses just for new household formation. So think about that. We need 1.9 million and we're building 1.3 million. I think we're short by about 30%. Now, if you don't have supply, do you think prices are going down? They're not going down, not materially. Maybe certain areas, certain pockets, certain neighborhoods. But the permits are telling us what's going to happen in the future. Permits, 1.34 million units compared to 1.9 formations. Ain't happening. We're not going down. National Association of Home Builders Market Index survey, February, increased by 7 points from 35 to 42. But guess what? 50 is stability. We're below 50. That means we're still not looking good when it comes to what the builder survey says. Present conditions increased 6 points to 46. Future outlook rose 11 points to 48. Prospective buyer traffic increased by 6 to 29. People are not looking at these new houses. Figures are still in contraction territory, being below 50, but are clearly rebounding and going in the right direction. So we're still down. But that's the bottom line right there. I told you about the producer price index for January. Report showed that overall inflation increased by 0.7%, hotter than the 0.4 expected. Additionally, the December reading was revised higher from down minus 5.5 to minus 0.2. Year-over-year inflation declined from an upwardly revised 6.5 to 6%, the lowest level since March 2021. Yet the headlines don't want you to know that because it does not sell newspapers. Oh, I hate that kind of stuff. Year-over-year inflation declined from an upwardly revised 6.5 to 6.0. The peak was 11.6. Think about that. Core rate strips out food and energy because some people don't need food or energy. Rose 0.5, hotter than the 0.3. Additionally, December's figure was revised higher from 0.1 to 0.3. Year-over-year core inflation, it declined from an upwardly revised 5.8 to 5.4. So that one's getting better too. All of these things are getting better, but the news doesn't want you to know that. Fear sells. And if you remember President Obama, I know. Don't say it. Don't say it.
It is what it is.
If it bleeds, it leads. He told us that. Okay, let's move on. That is the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we do have that Home Select program. How about an EPR of about 2.4% right now on a 30-year loan? Think about that one. Let's get into real estate, though. I like chatting real estate. I get to talk to new people all the time, and first timer on Ron Siegel Radio. Jules Wilson is with us. I got this book, Jules. Before we get to talk to real estate, though, I want to talk about stuff.
Okay.
Because I got your book right here, and it says Jules Wilson's Favorite Things, Corona Del Mar and Newport Beach. And I open it up, and I look at page 1, and having beaten anorexia, I look at Bandera Restaurant, and then I look at La Bottega, the Bungalow. I think you like restaurants too.
Well, I do, but La Bottega is a clothing boutique. Keep in mind, I like my fashion.
Oh,
that's not a
okay.
restaurant.
That's not a restaurant. I was thinking of Bandera, and then I saw the Bungalow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they'd want me wearing any of the stuff from La Bottega. Probably not look too good. But Bandera, although emerald kale and roasted chicken.
Oh my God, that is fantastic.
Really?
Oh my God. Well, I love kale salad. I'm a little bit of a crazy person, but it's fantastic. Yes.
So you probably wouldn't like the way I fix kale. I fix kale with a lot of olive oil, so it slides right square into the trash. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. I'm not a kale person. If I ate kale, I'd probably be your size instead of my size.
I still love you, Ron. It's okay.
What is it? I think I had ribs there. Bart, was it ribs I had there?
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. We enjoyed that. But you've got a lot of good places in here in your book.
Well,
tell me about the book. Why'd you create this?
Okay, so I had a booth at the CDM Christmas Walk, and I wanted to pass out something that was valuable. But my number one focus as a realtor, Ron, is really to support local businesses along with local residents, right? And this kind of started during COVID because I thought, gosh, I don't want to walk down the street and have vacant buildings. I mean, we all have a stake in each other's lives. We all have a stake in each other's businesses and success. So I thought, well, let me just kind of start doing videos and promoting when businesses are open or when they're offering takeout or whatever. So when it came to the Christmas Walk, I really wanted to showcase businesses that I love and what makes them unique and kind of give them to residents, not only as a give back to the businesses, because I just did this as a community give back, but to also guide people on certain things to do they might not know about that I think are really cool.
And I found one in here. I didn't know that. Bee Candy.
Yes. Right. So she started that store way back when she was given a 16th birthday party for her daughter, and just it kind of morphed. And that is when you walk into Bee Candy, you feel like you're walking back in time to one of the old fashioned nostalgic candy stores. It is fantastic. You have to go. It's an experience, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll be there this weekend.
Yeah.
I like trying these different things and Bee Candy. I'm not familiar with that place. I'm sure there's a lot of places down there that I'm not familiar with. But we better tell people For those that are not Newport Beach individuals, CDM is Corona Del Mar.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
And Farmers Market, is this the Farmers Market that's right behind Bandera on
Yes.
Saturdays?
Yes. Right. Every
Never
Saturday
seen it
morning.
there.
You've never
I'm
seen
just
it?
kidding.
Come on, you crazy person. Yeah.
So that sounds cool.
Yeah. So I really wanted to showcase businesses, and that's one way to do it. And I'm going to be writing, different volumes of the book as different things go on. But it's really, for me, all about supporting local businesses and giving them a little shout out.
So volume 2, I already gave Jules my recommendation, Sabatino's. Don't tell Peter I said that his place is great, because he'll get a little bit of a swollen head over there.
Mhm.
But Sabatino's is and the Lighthouse.
Yes, I love the Lighthouse. Actually,
Lighthouse is great for breakfast.
Yes, I love that. Right.
Good stuff. We got to do a show on just not even talk real estate. We can just talk about all the fun places.
Why
that we like
not?
to go to.
Absolutely. But I have to tell you one thing. I have restaurants in it, but it's not just about restaurants. It's about where I love to shop, where I love to buy different clothes, where I like to go on a date night. And I just have to tell you, my favorite place is Port Restaurant, because when they first remodeled, we went there to see Top Gun. Okay. And at first time we'd been there. And when you go there, if you buy the tickets online, when you go into your seat, it has they put a little card that says Reserve Wilson family. Okay. I'm such a dingbat. I thought we were like celebrities or something. Well, turns out they do that for everybody. They do that for everybody. But anyway, it makes you feel kind of special.
I'm going to have to try that one too. I might take my wife there.
Yes. And they have pretty good food. They have a full bar and a movie.
So you go there, watch a movie, and you get a bar.
Yes. What more do you need, Ron? I mean, come on. And
well, I don't go to movies. I usually need a pillow and something to stop me from snoring.
Well, okay, my husband does that too. But they do have the recliners. Just don't put it all the way back. 45 degrees, you might not snore.
Okay, there you go. And I probably won't get in as much trouble with my wife.
Exactly.
She loves movies, and I'm just not a movie person. But
yeah.
Okay, so we gotta try that one.
Yep.
This looks like fun.
Yeah, right.
Now, you know what's probably even more fun than me looking at it?
Yeah.
My bet is going and creating it. Had to have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Going to these different establishments.
Yeah. Well, once again, it's a good way to, as a lifestyle realtor. I mean, let's face it, it is about supporting local businesses, but I also do this for a living, right?
Sure.
It's a good way to connect with people and not act like you're being a salesy realtor.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
That goes against who I am as an individual. And so it's a good way to meet people, yet it's and promote them and work your business at the same time.
And the irony is, if you look at the cover of the book, it doesn't even mention real estate anywhere.
Yeah,
right? The back page does.
Yeah.
And I love it where you did this, because is that Inspiration Point?
Yes, it is
I love
Inspiration Point.
So I go to Inspiration Point sometimes, and here's if you really want to have fun and you're a goofball like me. So I will take I'll take one of my iPads. I'll go to Inspiration Point. I got my AirPods, and I'm actually studying or listening to a book or a webinar, sitting there at Inspiration Point with coffee from another place that you have to put in here.
What's that?
Rose's Cafe or Bakery.
Oh, I love Rose's Cafe and Bakery.
Right,
oh my God, I went there yesterday. Yeah.
If I lived by Rose's, I would weigh another 100 pounds. Extra.
Yeah. Actually, my favorite thing, this is terrible to say, is their chocolate glazed old-fashioned donut. I'm a kind of a crazy person, but
you know something I love? They make blueberry muffin is great.
Yeah.
And they also make a tremendous breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
You know something? I might have to leave here right now and stop doing this radio show. Josh is going to say, hey, get back on track. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to actually start talking to Jules about some real estate issues. What's going on with home prices? We'll talk about that one. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com. RSR Home Scout, greatest tool out there. I love this tool, not just because I give it to you for free, but you go in, you log in, you set up your credentials in the upper right side. There's no advertising on there. We don't sell the information to anybody. You can find out what your property is valued at. 4 different prices that are on there, including the one that's wrong from Zillow. I'm sorry, the one that's wrong all the time. But there's 4 different valuations that are used there. 97% of the properties in America that are listed for sale are on there and available to you as well. Great, great tool. You can get updates on properties, whatever you want. It's right there, rsrhomescout.com. Wondering what's going on with home prices? I'm going to tell you the recent changes in home prices are top of mind for many as the housing market begins gearing up for spring. It can be hard to navigate misleading headlines and confusing data, so here's what you should know about today's home prices. Local price trends still vary by market, but looking at national data, Natalia P., I can't say her last name, so I won't even try, supervisory economist at the Federal Housing Finance Agency explains, quote, U.S. house prices were largely unchanged in the last 4 months and remain near the peak levels reached over the summer of 2022. While higher mortgage rates have suppressed demand, low inventories of homes for sale have helped maintain relatively flat prices, unquote. Month over month, home prices changes can be seen in the chart that I think Josh has for you right now. He always has this stuff right at his fingertips. So if you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you're seeing the chart. U.S. house prices largely unchanged. We can actually see when they peaked out, probably about August. What does this mean for you if you currently own your house? You may be concerned about even the smallest declines in prices, but keep in mind how much home values grew over the last few years. Compared to that growth, any declines we're seeing nationally are likely to be minimal. Selma Hepp, chief economist at CoreLogic, shares, quote, while prices continue to fall from November, the rate of decline was lower than that seen in the summer and still adds up to only 3% cumulative drop in prices since last spring's peak, unquote. It's also important to remember that every local market is different. That's why it's essential to lean on an expert for the latest information on home prices in your area if you're planning to make a move this spring. Bottom line, to understand what's going on with prices in our market and how they could impact your goals, give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And if you have any friends, family, or coworkers looking to buy, sell, or borrow on real estate, can I count on you to introduce them to me? So as I mentioned right there in the real-time real estate segment that was brought to you by rsrhomescout.com, that those are all national numbers. But what does the national numbers mean? Well, they're national, so they don't mean a whole lot for your neighborhood. I just happened to pull up a chart right in front of me for Newport Beach, California, and we can look at what's going on in Newport Beach, California. So of the there's only 40 single-family residences available for sale right now in Newport Beach, California, 40 of them. And I'm going to throw numbers at you, Jules, just for fun.
Okay.
Median list price, $4.8 million. Median new prices coming on at $2.5 million. Price per square foot for Newport Beach, $1,227 a square foot. 128 days is average on the market. Median days on the market is 77. Here's the nice thing. It says we've got realtors. Some realtors in Newport actually know what they're doing because price decreases nationally. Remember, I tell you this. About 33% of the properties on the whole on the nationwide are taking a price decrease right now, but in Newport, it's less than that. So they're being priced properly. 28% of the properties are taking a price decrease. And again, there's only $7,500 is the median rent.
Right. Yeah.
Nice areas down there in Newport. So
got to pay for that water and the sunshine and the ocean.
You know something? Those three words in real estate are the key things, right?
That's right.
We got to get that location. So chat this morning with Jules Wilson. She's with Jules Wilson Group at Seven Gables Real Estate. Oh, Corona Del Mar, nice place to have an office.
Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun.
So tell me the difference. I saw in our notes here that something about relational versus transactional real estate. What is all that about?
Okay, so that is a mindset that I really live and work by, but it's also one of the ethos really of Seven Gables Real Estate. And what we mean is this. Now, when the market was going crazy the last couple of years, many people could say that it was a transactional based market, so to speak, meaning that if you list a property, you kind of wait for the offers to come in, so to speak. There's multiple offers. It's all about the transaction, taking the offers, advising the seller the best you can, and you're on your way with whatever offer you accept, right? If you're representing the buyer, the same thing. You're running as fast as you can to get that offer written and get it accepted, but not a lot of relational mindset going on there, right? So my opinion is regardless of the market run, whether it's on fire or whether it's more of a normalized market that we're in right now, that's what I like to call it. Really, real estate's emotional. In my opinion, it must be relational. And that means it's all about relationships. You know, people work with those they know, they like, and they trust. But out of the three of those, the most important is they work with people they like. I can know you, Ron, and I can trust you. But if I don't like you, chances are I don't want to work with you.
Absolutely.
So I really focus on relationships.
And you have to go through that process of those three, because how are they going to ever trust you or like you if they don't know you?
That's right. Yeah.
Right? So you got to get to know somebody first. Then they're going to decide, do I like them? And if they like them, now do I trust them?
Right.
And there's people that I like, I don't trust them.
Right.
As far as I can throw them.
Right. But I also think it's the mindset, once again, as a realtor, if your mindset is transactional based, then you're not focusing on the relationship. And if you have a relationship with someone, I believe you really care about them more and their goals more. That's just my personal opinion.
That was the question I was going to ask you is transactional, who are you looking for? Who are you looking out for if it's transactional?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure you're really looking out for any one person specifically, as opposed to just checking the boxes on what needs, almost like robotic.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not sure if you're not just looking out for yourself.
Well, I hate to say that, but yeah.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. Okay. Ron.
I just come out and say it.
Yeah.
I'm known for just saying sometimes people say it should go through a filter, Ron. You're not being, but the transactional, they're just looking out for how quick am I going to get my commission check?
Well, and then it's robotic.
Right.
And you can't, in real estate, you cannot be, in my opinion, transactional based and really serve your client the way you're supposed to do. You just can't.
Yeah, and we kind of saw that for those of us that were around during the crash, 2008, 9, 10. There was a lot of people that were very, very transactional because they were just dealing with a distressed property, and I got a short sale, and I've got this short sale listing, and the reason I can handle 100 of them this month is because I don't know anybody.
Right.
Right. I got the contract, check.
Right.
I talked to the transaction coordinator, check.
Yeah.
I called the short sale at the bank, check.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And now I got it listed, and 9 months from now we might have it sold.
Yeah. Well, the other thing about when it comes to choosing a realtor, I really think at the end of the day, people want to feel safe. And how can you feel safe if there's not a relationship there? It's not possible, in my opinion.
I agree with you. And one of the things I share is, especially when I shouldn't say that, the area that you work in, many people are look at it and it's not realistic for them, right? But it doesn't matter whether you're buying a $200,000 mobile home or a $2 million starter home in Newport Beach.
Right.
It's your castle.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. So, I mean, a lot of my business is referral based. So I'll work with someone looking for a $500,000 or a condo or a $50 million house. In my opinion, it's kind of like, I don't know that phenomenon. You probably know what it's called, Ron. But when you want a new car, that's all you
Sure.
see. Everyone has that car. I don't know what that's called.
Particular activator.
See, I knew you know that. I knew you're a little crazy. I knew you know that term. But so when you want to buy a house, once again, whether it's the condo or the multi-million-dollar dream home, that's all you're thinking about, right?
Right.
And I don't treat anyone differently regardless of what they're buying or selling, because it doesn't matter. Like you say, your castle isn't based on the price range.
Right.
It's based on what you want, what you can afford. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think price has anything to do with it. It has to do with fulfilling a person's dreams.
So now in the area that you're focused on, Newport Beach, Corona Del Mar, is it a hot market down there? I mean, is it buyers taking control or sellers taking control? I mean, I know what the charts tell me, but you're out there on the streets. Is it crazy as it was?
It's not as crazy as it was 2 years ago, of course. But once again, I just call this more of a normalized market.
Okay.
If you price it right, it will still sell. Plain and simple, it will still sell in it. But you don't have to like write the offer, quote unquote, on your car like you used to have to.
Okay.
On the hood of your
Sure.
car. But the point is, if I just sold a property in Corona Del Mar and it was listed 4 days, and I told my clients, I want you to think about it, but it's kind of like, when you want that pair of shoes at Macy's, all of a sudden everybody else wants it.
Sure.
So I said,
but at Macy's, there's probably 10 of those pair of shoes.
well, not
But
all.
you don't have one of those. You only have one of those houses.
Well, but if it's a good pair that's on sale and it's a designer pair, there might be one left.
Okay.
So the point is, do your homework and be prepared. But I said, I
okay.
want you to be comfortable. But we had looked a long time. So I said, if you know this is right for you, trust your gut, trust your heart with all the information I've given you. Okay. So I said, if it was me, I would write the offer. If you're comfortable with it, we know the price is right. This is where you want to live. Don't doubt yourself. And I'll tell you what, the next day, 2 offers were coming in. So if it's priced right still, I encourage people to don't be afraid. I always
Sure.
say,
Take action.
Yeah, take action. You know what? Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait.
Interesting. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. More with Jules Wilson, the Jules Wilson Group, Corona Del Mar, Newport Beach area. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at RonSiegelRadio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit RSRNoDebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit RSRNoDebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. RSRNoDebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. RSRNoDebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to RSRNoDebt.com. RSRNoDebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. This segment being brought to you by mycdlp.com. If you're looking for that better outcome, unfortunately, there are lots of people that go through divorce. mycdlp.com helps get through that, understanding the intersection of law, tax, real estate, and mortgage financing. And if you are in that situation, get the mydymworkbook.com, mydymworkbook.com, Divorce Your Mortgage Workbook. It's free again from your friends at Ron Siegel Radio, mydymworkbook.com. Continue our conversation this morning. Jules Wilson, we're chatting about, she's from the Seven Gables Real Estate. Now, I shouldn't say this because we've had some friends from Seven Gables, and I harass them all the time. So we do have a good time with Seven Gables. But you said before, and before the break, something about, should I wait to buy or buy to wait?
So this is what I believe personally and professionally. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait.
Okay. Why? What are you waiting for?
Well, okay. So some people think, well, I'm going to wait for the market to go down or up or interest rates or whatever. And I always say buy real estate and wait. And here's my reason. My daughter just bought a condo in Huntington Beach. This was probably about 6 months ago, and her complex actually hasn't gone down, but let's just say it did. All right. Let's just say it did. The real estate is a constant. The property's not moving. The house is not moving. It's something tangible. But it's not just the real estate itself. It's where you live. It's where you sleep at night. It's your safe zone. It's where you raise your children, have a place where your dogs can run around. You know what I'm trying to say?
Sure.
It's part of your lifestyle. So it's not like buying a car. So if you feel like you want to buy real estate, I always say buy it.
You know, one of the things that I took away from our conversation was when we were getting ready to do the show, and it comes through in everything you're talking about today. It's all about lifestyle.
It is about lifestyle. I mean, it's is the American dream still alive or is it not?
Sure, it is.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't see a whole lot of people that are going crossing the southern border to Mexico.
Right.
Right. They're coming here for a reason. Because it's all about America.
Exactly.
Right? And I don't mind saying I'm a big flag waver. Do it legally. But,
I am too.
Right. The idea there is people are not leaving this area. They're the country. There's more people that are coming in. They might be leaving California, which was some of the latest numbers, but we're not going there. But I love these ideas. So you have this book that has all these great lifestyle things to do in it.
Right.
And then you do some charity stuff too.
Well, right. So I one of my big beliefs is, I don't know if it's Spider-Man. I think it was Spider-Man that said, with great privilege comes great responsibility. I think it's Spider-Man. And all of us here have a lot of privilege, in my opinion. And that's not bad. Privilege is okay.
Right.
Right. But we have to be mindful. So I'm part of an organization called Impact Giving here in Orange County, and it's a collective women's organization. What that means, we honestly, full disclosure, it's $100 a month for each partner, and we pull our money together, and we have a big fundraiser at the end of the year, and then we collectively, we're stronger than we are individually.
Sure.
So we give to a lot of local organizations. We've given to some actual worldwide organizations, but it's also a great way to connect with like-minded women. So Impact Giving, you can check them out on Instagram, and it's just a great bunch of women who are really very down to earth, but also like-minded to help one another. And most all of us are business women, so we're also helping each other on that as well. But I wanted to say one thing about the American dream, if I can, for a minute. Okay.
Sure.
So renting versus buying. The reason I also think it's so important to buy when you can, in addition to being your safe zone, your happy place, all that good stuff, is that when you rent, basically you're paying someone else's mortgage.
Sure.
Why would I do that? And it's like getting an adjustable rate mortgage. Your rent can go up or whatever you want. And it's a way to have more control over your life, in my opinion. It's a safe zone. So it's not, real estate goes up and down, but the house will still stay there. And guess what? Your memories get to be created and stay there as well.
And that's a big issue right there. I mean, and they go, again, that kind of just solidifies what I just said. So you're about lifestyle.
Yep.
Right. It's all about making memories.
Right.
Right. And you're making your memories at your house. You're making memories with your family. You're making memories is an exciting part of life.
Yeah, but you also get something
even with the picture of your dog on the back.
Yeah, well, I have to give a shout out to my dog Hunter. I don't think he's listening. We have a little Bichon, and for whether you have children or your animals are your babies,
Sure.
It really doesn't matter. But that's another value of owning a property. You can have your animals with you, and they can, have a little breathing room, even if it's just a deck, even if it's just a place. Listen, animals need to feel safe too.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So how big is your dog?
He's about 20 pounds. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not too little of a dog.
No, he's not real little, but he's little enough.
I can't say too much because mine's 25 pounds.
Yeah, little enough where I can still carry him. Yeah, so that's one thing that's really important too.
Yeah, and you got a picture right here of great look. Something. If you shouldn't have given me this book, I'm in trouble now.
Why are you in trouble, Ron?
Because it's too much fun.
Yeah.
Then we don't talk about real estate at all.
I know.
So, do you get a lot of most of you people you're dealing with, are they primary residences? Are they second homes? What are you dealing with most of them?
Okay, so good question. I also deal with a lot of investors as well. And having to do with, once again, is now the right time to buy. So if it's your personal residence, I really don't think the market matters at all, Ron. I don't pay attention to the market. I pay attention to what's going on in your life. Once again, are you getting married? Are you having your 5th child? Do you
Holy cow.
Yeah, exactly. I'm joking. Are you
3 and done?
Yeah,
3 and out.
Right. My 3 sons, right? Are you moving to a place that's closer to your work? The market comes and goes, changes up and down, whatever, but your life is what you want to make of it. So if it's a personal residence, it's about your lifestyle. If it's an investor, you asked about investments.
Sure.
that's more of a math equation. Does it work out with me in my investment goals? So there's a lot of investors right now that I'm also working with. A hot area truly is Riverside, Corona. Even Riverside specifically, because the lots are bigger. I just sold a property down there that's a single family home they've turned into a duplex plus another ADU. So
Wow.
it's a great opportunity for investors as well, because you had to offer so much more over before. Not so much.
So you can actually get some. You can actually win the bid.
You can win the bid. So I always tell people, don't be afraid as an investor either, because you more than likely won't be competing against 10 other people.
How'd you get into real estate?
Okay, so I was born and raised in real estate. My dad was not a realtor, but he had a broker's license. So we actually had an office together for many years. But what I loved about my dad is he was never out in the trenches. So he was always just an advisor for me. And one thing he always said, Jules, make sure you always have the mindset that your commission or compensation, as I choose to use the word, is my reward, not my reason. So
okay.
yeah. So my dad always bought and sold for investment. So that kind of got me started in it.
How long have you been doing it?
About 20 years.
Must
Yeah.
have started at 9.
Right. Yeah, no, I did. I was 8.5 actually.
Okay.
And the reason I went to Seven Gables, unfortunately, my dad passed away years ago. God bless him. And I was looking for a real estate firm that was really felt like it was a family business. It is family run, but still has we have 2 podcast centers. We have 2 marketing centers. We have an in-house legal counsel. We have about 400 agents. We have 5 or 6 offices. So it feels family run to me. And one of their ethos is, once again, family first, serving others first, but yet it's all the modern day technology and all that.
So set this straight though, because most of the time when I think of Seven Gables, I think of the higher end market. Is that really the focus of Seven Gables, or is am I misconception?
Okay. The focus of Seven Gables is to make people's dreams come true.
Okay.
And I'm paraphrasing. They've got a big ethos on, and I don't even know, I can't quote that because my CEO would say I probably screwed it up. But
it's what it means to you.
Well,
really
you're
what's
probably
important.
thinking that because you like my outfit and I look classy.
Absolutely.
But I'm just joking.
Are we allowed to say that these days? I don't care. We're going to anyway.
Exactly. No, and once again, as realtors, there's 400 plus of us. You go where your clients take you. There's agents in our office who work with mobile homes and are very good at mobile home sales and listings. Okay. So it's not just high end. It's where the client's needs take us.
I actually found a mobile home that I really wanted to get.
What happened?
The land, it was a very short land lease, but it was right there on the point on Balboa Island.
Nice. Why didn't you buy it? What's wrong with you?
Oh, it's just a short land lease.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I think there's only like 8 years left or 9 years left on the land lease. But there are mobile homes there. Right there down by Sabatino's. I could walk to Sabatino's and gain another 20 pounds.
Yeah, I love it. Well, once again, regarding our brokerage, once again, I work with clients that are looking for $500,000 or condos up to $50 million houses. Our focus is to make the American dream come true. It's not price tag based.
Interesting. Okay. So it's just sometimes you get a perception of something and it's just what you see and you think, but may or may not be accurate at all.
Well, I think we try to be as I don't want to use the word high class because that doesn't sound right. We try to be as professional as possible and present ourselves well, but it is not about us. It's about the client and their dream and what they feel comfortable with their payment. Like I always tell, let's say you could afford a $30 million house, Ron. I don't really care what you can qualify for. What I care about is what price can you purchase a home at and still sleep at night and still afford your chocolate covered almonds, because I heard that earlier. And
going over to, what is it, Bee Candy? Or?
Yeah, go over to Bee Candy.
Yeah.
And still sleep at night and be comfy cozy. I want you to buy a house, if you're a buyer, of course, where you can still feel comfortable at night and invite me over for dinner. So there you go.
You know something? It's kind of funny that you say that, because when my wife has looked at houses, my comment all the time and decorated.
Yeah.
Is I said, I don't care what you do in the house. Just be aware I'm going to put my foot up on the coffee table. Right? I mean,
yeah.
Be comfortable. It's got to be home.
That's right.
It's not. I'm not interested in a show place. I'm not interested in a museum. None of those things are my pleasure.
Right.
It's just, I want it just to be the nice place to go and stay.
And be comfortable and not stress out over your house payment. I always say be comfortable with your house payment, So that's
there's a lot of ways of doing that. I mean, there's a lot of creativity, and especially now where we've got, the FHA loans going up to over $1 million, and you've got VA loans. I was just looking at a client just the other day. They're going to start shopping for a $3.5 million home with a VA loan.
Oh my God.
Love it that they're available and you can do those kind of things. And obviously, again, you and I we've talked about it on air already that we're both big flag wavers. We thank our
I was
veterans
just
all the
going to
time.
say shout out to the veterans. Oh my
Absolutely.
God. If they can buy a $3 million house, I say go.
Go get it. Do it and enjoy life.
That's
right.
It's 100%.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So how often are you out there at Inspiration Point? Am I going to find you there if I go there and sit? Of course, I'm up there so early that nobody in their right mind is there.
Well, didn't you say you get up at 4 a.m. or something?
Yes.
You're a little crazy.
Yeah, no, a lot.
Yeah, you're a lot crazy. So
Sunrise at Inspiration Point is beautiful.
Well, no, I run out there. I run down there about 5 days a week. About 6:30. Yeah.
Something wrong with your car?
Well, I got to keep it in shape to keep up with people like you, Ron.
With people like me. Well, I'm certainly not going to get confused with being in shape. So what else? What else? What's your next book? When are you going to do the next version?
Well, I think I'll do the next version for the next Corona Del Mar Christmas walk. And part of my focus is to once again find. Oh, okay. So I had someone mention to me, well, Jules, everyone already lives. People that are getting this book probably already live in Corona Del Mar. Why do they need this? They know of all these places. And I was like, well, sometimes when you live in town, you forget about what's right in front of you.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So
I've never been to California Adventure.
Oh, really?
And I've lived in Anaheim for about 57 years.
So see, part of my part. Oh, no, that's funny. I'm a Disney freak. I have a Disney pass. I love that. But one of the, so
say hi to my son when you're there.
I will. You told me your son works there. I think that's adorable. Oh my gosh, what is his name?
Mitchell.
And
Mitchell might even be listening. Sometimes Mitchell, when he's on a break, he'll listen to us.
Oh my gosh, if you're listening, Mitchell, hey, thank you. And what does he do again?
He's a custodian.
Okay, so Mitchell, I'm just going to say something to you right now. We go to Disneyland a lot, and it is squeaky clean. And I appreciate everyone there, such as you, who's cleaning up and keeping it neat and tidy. And guess what? We don't take that for granted. So good job for you doing that.
Yeah, we love it. Hey, if you want some information on the Lifestyle Realtor, give me a call at 800-306-1990. Appreciate you coming in. We'll have to do this again. It was fun.
Thank you, Ron. You're so much fun.
Thanks for coming in. As always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
My boss just pushed me over the limit. I'd like to call him something. I think I'll just call it a day.